everyone, and welcome to another live stream. So today is gonna be a good live stream because we are gonna watch the newest Diablo update from the developers, which I am super hyped about watching. Like, you know, all the new things they have for us and all that stuff. So that's gonna be very interesting. So welcome everyone, welcome to the people who's gonna watch this as a video later on. And let's get into it. We actually have the first chat comment from Ramberg. GG. Welcome to the stream, by the way, Rainberg. No spoilers, but I was happy after watching it. Sounds promising. Sounds promising. I like that. Well, let's get to it. So, we are gonna do some rearranging here. We're gonna remove that, and we're gonna enable my green screen webcam instead. I'm gonna throw me down here, because we actually want to see this. We don't want to see all my overlay and stuff like that. We want to see the stream. We want to see what new content they. I feel like I'm a ghost. You can like see the stuff behind me. Jeez, I'm a ghost. Ooh. I'm a ghost. All right. Stopping the music. Ready to start the live stream. Here we go.
Hi guys. that's how I started.
That's how you're starting it.
After all that anticipation. Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Adam Fletcher. I'm the community lead for Diablo, and we are here for the next Diablo IV Developer Update Livestream. And I'm joined by this wonderful panel of people.
So you're overstating it, but
I'm
okay.
overstating it, but yeah.
Rod Fergusson, general manager of all things Diablo.
Joseph Piepiora, I'm the associate game director for Diablo IV.
Kegan Clark, director of product for Diablo's live service.
Awesome. Well, we have a really packed show today, and there's a lot of stuff, obviously,
Hold
going on with Diablo lately. I mean,
Really?
Is it me or is the sound just very, like, I don't feel like the sound is high. It's so weird, like the volume is like top. Yeah, exactly, it's low, what the hell? Exactly, it's like, what the hell? You can see here, it's full volume. And even my module here is full volume. Audio. Yeah. I guess we can like I mean, we can like give it 5 in dB. Let's see how.
Nothing going on. I thought didn't you just get back from vacation? No, you didn't.
Did I?
No.
I was in Chicago like a couple of weeks ago. Now I'm just lost all track of time. But we're only, what,
22 days.
2 weeks? 3 weeks? I think I've lost all
the
track
launch?
of time. 3 weeks till early access launch.
22 days.
22 days. Oh, look, we have a wonderful
See,
countdown.
there you go.
Oh.
22 days,
Yeah,
4
20
hours, 15 minutes, 43 seconds.
Exactly, until the early access actually starts. So if you actually have early access with a deluxe version or ultimate version of Diablo 4, you will be able to play here in a little over 3 weeks, which is pretty insane.
There we go. There we go. Okay, so I just increased it with 20 dB, which is insane. Like, why is it needed? But I guess that was also how the live stream was. Deacon is saying, hey, I'm trying to decide if I should pre-order the new Pixel Fold to replace my Z Fold 3, but it's a lot of money. Yeah, I was watching that live stream. That's why I didn't watch this one. I was prioritizing the Google one over this one because, you know, Google is like future, if you know what I mean, like with AI and stuff. And this game is just a game. So I was also watching the Google stream, and then I think I'm gonna buy the 7A, the new Google phone 7A. I can't wait to get that one. So I'm probably gonna buy that one and skip the Google Fold. But let's watch more of this live stream.
It's wild to imagine having worked in this game for such a long time and then finally be able to see, like, we're 3 weeks away. You know, it's like it feels like, oh, we're 2 months away. We're 3 months. It constantly, it's just like, oh my God, I can't believe it's finally here. It's almost time to play Diablo 4.
But you know what we could do before launch to play Diablo 4?
Play server slam.
Hey, there we go.
No, well, I was like, I wasn't sure if you were gonna like throw it to me a little bit more or something like that.
I couldn't throw it any harder.
But
This isn't a bit, guys. We're just bad guys.
This is live, by the way. So yeah, we actually do have our Diablo 4 server slam. It starts on May 12th. It goes through the 14th. It's another opportunity to play Diablo 4 before the launch of the game, which is great, and it helps us a ton. So make sure to jump in this weekend. There's a lot to do. You can actually...
It's literally that's in 2 days. That's gonna be awesome. 2 days, we're gonna be playing the beta again.
Start the early download here after this stream at noon today. So we'll actually have early download available, and players can download on Battle.net, on Xbox and PlayStation. If you already have the beta client from the prior betas that we had beforehand, those will actually just start auto-updating, and if you got rid of them, or if you want to jump in for Server Slam for the first time ever, you will have the ability to do so by downloading at noon today.
But it is a fresh start. So even if you have the beta client from last time and it updates, all new characters, you're starting from level 1. And there's like a bunch of different changes, right, Joe, in terms of how we think about Server Slam versus the previous betas?
Yeah, that's right. So we made a number of changes, and we talked about a few of these during our last live stream. But we've gone ahead and made some adjustments to the way the dungeon objectives are laid out. We've changed some of the dungeon flows as you're going through the maps. We have a lot more smiley faces and fewer frowny faces as you progress on through. We've done some balance updates for classes to kind of like
There we go. Hey, I was just muting my microphone because I was eating, and I didn't want it to give you like an unwanted ASMR of me eating chocolate. But we're watching the new Diablo 4 Developer Update. They literally just started, so you haven't lost anything. It just started.
Just based on like data we saw, as we're looking at like how players were actually playing and like kind of reviewing how things were actually working in the live game, which is really exciting. We made some adjustments to like the drop rates. Now they're more reflective of the actual base game experience we're going to be launching in the near future. So during the last beta, we had like an accelerated drop rate for legendary items. Now you're going to get a sense of like what's going to really feel like in those early levels of Diablo 4. To try to like fight and try to find those legendary items.
Right. So actually, Server Slam will actually prove to be a little bit more challenging because the level cap is lower. It's not 25, it's 20. So you max it at 20, so you have essentially 5 less skill points to play with. And legendaries aren't going to be raining from the sky the way they were during the beta. So we have this notion of getting to level 20 to get your wolf pack, and also to try to take on a Shava. But like a Shava is going to be more challenging than last time because of that 5 less skill points and not as many legendaries. So that's going to be really interesting to see if people can get to level 20 and beat a Shava. But it's a more accurate representation. It's sort of like people talked about how does it actually feel to go from 1 to 20, and this is actually, essentially the path we're pretty close to what we're.
So we basically.
Even a new font.
The game is going to feel more like
the game. We definitely have also updated the font. So there's a lot. What we're really trying to say is there's a lot to look forward to as far as Server Slam, and importantly, please come check it out. It really is going to help us for launch to make sure that we get as many players as we can, stressing out the servers and making sure that we have accurately estimated everything.
So in the previous beta, we got like way too much loot. We could get up to level 25, which makes it easier to kill the well boss. They're basically nerfing the max level to 20 now, and we are not going to be able to get tons of legendaries anymore. It's going to drop in a more slow pace now, just like the real game, which is going to probably be better, so we don't get like raining legendaries, if you know what I mean.
We're in a really great spot.
So Kegan, what class are you playing in Slam?
I only ever play Rogue. I hate to be
You
that
only
person.
ever play Rogue?
I only play Rogue. I really like high mobility classes. So like, you know, I want to zip around.
Rogue is that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got my my druid up to 25 last time, and I got a barbarian up to 25 last time. I'm looking forward to jumping, I think, into a necro this time. Oh, and I got my sorceress up to 25 last time as well.
Nice.
But necro this time. I wanted to hit all 5. I didn't have time to get all 5 this time. But this round, I want to try to get my my necro up.
And Adam?
Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, Deacon, you're gonna go rogue. Yeah, I'm gonna go probably barbarian.
Probably say necromancer this time. Yeah, I did druid and rogue last time, and you know I haven't played necromancer since way back when. So I'm just like, okay, yes, we have played the game before, other people.
You have access to Diablo 4 where other people
Amazing,
don't?
yeah. But yeah, probably necromancer this time.
I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go druid just because like I'm gonna necro so hard in the main game that I don't want to like I want to save that. So I'm gonna go druid in the slam. I think.
Saying necro is a verb. It sounds like you're talking about like a thread form somewhere.
That's how you necro.
True. God,
It's all
so
about
true.
corpse explosion.
We hear Rod talk about necromancer all the time here.
It's not my fault that it's the best class. I didn't design the game. You
All
did.
the time.
It's my fault that necro is the best class.
Listen, folks. We're playing barbarian launch. Okay? That's the truth. Okay. No, like all the classes are super fun. They all have like interesting and different overpowered mechanics. That's just the way that we want to kind of go about class generation for Diablo 4.
Yeah. So, and just a reminder, like I said beforehand, because we have Server Slam this weekend, and then
Oh, Deacon, they fixed their voice now, because before it was like all the way down in the green field now, but now now it's going all the way up in the red field. So I think they fixed their own sound now. So I can turn down my sound.
we're a little over 3 weeks from early access. The deluxe and ultimate versions are available for pre-order for those to get early access for the 4 days or
4
4
hours.
maybe 5 days, a little bit early, like depending on where you live. Well, I mean,
It's
like,
still 4 days.
well,
no matter where you live.
I mean, it's like ish.
If you get in a plane, though,
And
You're
then
gonna
you
fly
fly
exactly
you might
quickly.
get an extra couple.
Thank you. So anyways, we do have a QR code up here, so you guys can actually go straight to the Battle.net shop, and it'll actually show you all the different versions.
And one of the questions we get around that is like, because we have cross-play and cross-progression, you know, obviously you can play on console, you can play on PC, you can play with others on console or PC, and your progress carries over no matter where you are. But that's also true for things like the rewards and the incentives. So as an example, if you were to play Server Slam on Xbox as an example, or PlayStation, and you earn the rewards for the Beta Wolf Pack or the Cry of Ashava, like that stuff will carry over when you switch platforms. Same thing for the stuff when you buy the Ultimate Edition, that stuff will carry over to other platforms. And so, you know, when people are like, oh, I want to buy 2 versions, I'm going to buy the console version and a PC version, you can buy the Ultimate in one and the basic in another and share those rewards.
Yeah, the only caveat though is that early access from the ultimate version or the deluxe version stays on the platform that you actually
bought it in.
purchase. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you are wanting to play early access on PC,
Hey, Big Mom Big, you're on the wrong stream. You have to come over to Twitch. What you're doing on YouTube? Get over here. You haven't missed anything yet. They're still talking about early stuff, so nothing important yet. But you just came in time.
make sure to get the PC version, and you can buy like a PlayStation version or an Xbox version, and actually carry over all those other incentives over between different platforms.
That was an excellent job at fine print. You did the fine print beautifully there with a little
Thank
asterisk
you.
caveat on that.
Thank you.
The lawyers have asked me to say that you only get early access
I've
on the
answered that
platform.
question many times for the last couple of months. So, but we do have a lot to talk about today. I think one of the biggest things that we've been hearing from the community is the discussion around seasons and how they will work in Diablo 4.
Wait, that's what we're here to talk about?
Yeah, exactly.
It's a long
I'm hoping you remember why we're here.
I don't read any of this. I don't read that, man.
But as we all know, like seasons are a big part of Diablo itself. You know, we have seasons in Diablo 2, seasons in Diablo 3.
Season 4 on May 4th for Diablo 2 Resurrected. And we're still season 28 on Diablo 3.
Yes.
So rocking that out.
Deacon is saying it's actually nice that the ultimate rewards will work on other platforms. Yeah, exactly. If anyone is watching and didn't get that point, if you want to play on your PC and also Xbox, you just have to buy the biggest edition if you want those rewards on one platform. And then on the other platform, you have to buy the lowest one. You will automatically get your rewards both places. The only thing is the early access stands only still with the biggest or the middle pack. So it's nice. Even that Blizzard, they said it, because they could, not say anything about it and just make everyone buy the biggest one, earn more money. But they don't. They actually, respect us.
So yeah, exciting.
Yeah, so, but Seasons with Diablo 4 has been a big question because a lot of people want to know how it kind of works and like the structure of it and so forth. And thankfully, we have Joe and Kegan here to help us and talk about that. Oh, I guess Rod too.
No, I'm just here to interrupt their flow and annoy them. That's my job.
But Joe, how do Seasons in Diablo 4 work?
Adam Fletcher, thank you so much for asking me. I'd love to talk about this for a bit. So let's talk about Seasons. All right, so we're gonna have a helpful infographic to show you in just a second, but let me talk to you about Seasons as a general rule. As we're thinking about Diablo 4 and the launch product of the game, we are trying to make sure that we've got a really great experience that players are going to be able to enjoy for their first, character playthrough of the campaign and have an excellent experience. Seasonal content, our post-launch content, is going to be arriving shortly after the launch of the base game.
Mid to late July.
Mid to late July, actually. It's good. Yeah. We haven't talked about that yet,
I
but
didn't even
absolutely,
think about
it is
it. It
mid
would
to
be
late July. You've
cheaper
heard it from Rod Fergusson.
to buy an Xbox.
So that's the goal. We want to make sure that you've
Kegan.
got enough time to play through your first character and really enjoy the campaign at your own pace and kind of explore potentially different classes as you go. So when we're thinking about Seasons in Diablo 4, we start off with thinking about a theme, the seasonal content of that season. So we're going to have 4 seasons a year, 1 per quarter, and each of these are going to have a really strong theme associated with them. And this theme is going to basically inform the things we want to do with all the content within the season, with things that might be appearing in the battle pass, things in the seasonal quest line, things associated with like the new gameplay mechanics we'd be adding as part of that season. We really want to make sure these things feel like they're connected in one coherent experience for players when they log in and they play during the season.
Right.
Yeah.
And so as part of that season, then to carry that theme forward, you're going to want to obviously have some sort of context or narrative around the season. Yes.
Yes, that's absolutely right. So that leads us to the seasonal quest line. So one of the questions I see get asked either like online or occasionally we'll see in like various chat channels is just that how are we thinking about story as a with regards to like the live service, and how are we extending the story of Diablo 4? And there's kind of like 2 approaches to the way that we're looking at things. With regards to Seasons, we're not going to be using this as an opportunity to expand upon the campaign story of Diablo 4.
Right.
The campaign story of Diablo 4, featuring like Inarius and Lilith and the events of the Wanderer, those events are really going to be told over the course of our expansions, our post-launch expansions, that we're not talking specifically about today. But that's really where the high-level narrative of Diablo 4 will continue to unfold. But that leaves our hand open to do really interesting things in Seasons. So if a season is supposed to have like a theme with a gameplay mechanic and other things associated with it, it allows us to have like one really engaging seasonal quest line that manages to deliver on like a self-contained story that's going to guide the player through like, again, the mechanics and the theme.
Yeah, I remember they in the start of the stream, the sound was very low, but now it's perfect.
Of that season. So like these are still like really big events that are happening in the world of Sanctuary, where the player is going to be able to like step in the role of the Wanderer and like kind of go and help people and and explore interesting mechanics.
Right. So you're not bound. The ideas around the season are not bound by the campaign. You're basically creating quest lines in the open world.
Oh yeah,
that
you could
can
see
be
people
completely
spamming.
different and completely.
Okay.
It's not constrained to. It has to
it
be
was
about
weird.
the Inarius and Lilith story. It can be about anything that's sort of interesting you want to play into in the open world, right?
Absolutely. So if, for example, we had a season theme for the first season, which, again, we will not be discussing today, folks. We're going to save Season 1 to talk about a little bit later on.
Yeah, we plan on talking about Season 1 after launch.
That's right. But let's say, for sake of argument, that the first season was, the theme was about zombies.
Which it is not.
No, this is a false premise, okay? But let's just say, for sake of argument, that it was about zombies as the theme. That means that like things that be showing up in the battle pass might be related to some like zombie stuff. The season quest line might be about like rising of zombies throughout Sanctuary. Like that, we try to make sure these things all feel connected. So season quest line, it's going to introduce new characters, like great voice acting, memorable quests and experiences will guide the player through the season. And that's the way that we're looking at things.
And so then that also then. I feel like I'm doing your job, actually. Am I doing your job? I apologize.
No, you're doing great.
Oh, thanks, Adam.
You're doing amazing.
Thank you for the daily affirmation. I'll
I'm just
give you
gonna
20 bucks
leave now.
later. Sorry, I'm just curious. I think like when you think about the theme, that obviously goes beyond story construct, but also goes into the mechanics, like how you think about gameplay. Yes.
Absolutely. And that brings us to the next major thing I want to discuss, which is fresh gameplay. This is what this is the great. Yes, so fresh gameplay. So with every new season, obviously we'll be introducing new story content, which I already described. And then we want to introduce new mechanics and gameplay for players to engage with over the course of that season. So this comes down to things like just new power for players to earn or ways to experience the growth of their character. Things are going to modify and change the way they're going to want to approach building their character every season. This goes beyond meta changes or like balance and tuning and things like that. It really comes down to like just wholesale like new features and things that are going to be available for the duration of that season for players to experience. And then at the termination of the season, when the season is over, these sorts of features are going to be retired to be considered for again in the future if we like them or not. But for now, we want to make sure that we're kind of maintaining a certain level of parity across the game, and we're not kind of creating layers of like cruft and distraction from the core Diablo experience, which we already feel is tuned very well. So yeah, we're really excited to talk about those a little bit more in the future, but you can expect like exciting new features and gameplay to engage with between new monsters and mechanics, things for players to craft or do, change their gear, or just change their skills. So we're really excited about that stuff in the future.
And then when you think about seasonal stuff, we talked about, when you look at, say, Diablo 3 has the chapters that you go through to get Hager's gift and those sorts of things. So there's a sense of progression through a season. And we've obviously talked about the Battle Pass and how the Battle Pass will be in our previous blog around this stuff as well. But it's good to clarify again. So when you think about not just like, okay, I have a seasonal narrative, I have a seasonal mechanic or gameplay hook now, but how do I think about progression within a season?
Sure. So great question. So when we're thinking about seasons, we want to make sure we are creating new opportunities for long-term progression. The first version of that we want to talk about really is the season journey, which does make a return from Diablo 3. So inside the season journey, the player is going to have an opportunity to complete a number of different objectives that are tied to mechanics, story goals, or other things that are happening during the course of the season. I think we might actually have an image for the season journey we can maybe pull up as well that might help me explain some parts of this.
I think we hid the zombie stuff though, so there's no zombie.
There's no zombie stuff in this. Yes.
No zombies.
Yes. Please note the top secret labels for this because we realized there's no image we can show that doesn't start to give away some of the things we're doing in season 1. Too bad. You're gonna be able to talk more. We'll talk more about that a little bit later on. But here in the season journey, players are going to be able to complete a number of these objectives, as I already called out. Objectives are separated into chapters. One of the big changes that we made as part of the season journey is we've ensured that now players don't need to actually complete every one of the objectives within a chapter in order to advance. They could choose to go back and still complete it.
So if I don't, go ahead.
Yeah, it's pretty different than if you're a player of Diablo 3 and you're going through season journey. If you remember, like going through each chapter required you to finish every single little bit of it before you could progress to another chapter. So this one obviously a little different in how you kind of approach it because you don't have to do every single thing. You can actually complete it beforehand by doing most of the objectives and kind of choosing specifically.
Yeah, like if I'm not a PvP player, I don't have to do the PvP objective to progress through the journey, right?
That's correct. If we have an objective that would send you to like the Fields of Hatred, you wouldn't have to go there to complete that one. You could do the other objectives associated with the season instead.
That's nice.
So when you're going through and you're kind of completing the season journey, you're going to earn rewards for completing the objectives, and you'll also earn some big rewards at the end of each chapter, where you're going to get like packs of like crafting materials and items, and you can also unlock actual legendary aspects that go into your Codex of Power.
Oh, nice. So not just earn through dungeons, you can earn through the journey.
A different set of aspects, in fact, be available through the Codex of Power in this way. And some of the new legendary powers we add in every season will also be made available through this method. So you'll still be able to find them as item drops, of course, but you can start being able to experiment and play with them pretty early on through these drops. And then the last thing I think is worth talking about here is every time you complete one of these objectives, you're going to also be earning favor, which is a kind of an experience system that is used by the Battle Pass. But with that other way, so you get like little drops from completing the objectives and big drops of that also from completing the chapters. But when it comes to long-term progression in the Battle Pass, like Kegan, would you mind maybe walking us through some of how the Battle Pass works?
Yeah, absolutely. So I know there's been a lot of questions about the Battle Pass, so let's talk through it today. So this is the Seasons tab, and this is going to be, the hub for all things seasons. Under that top secret label, you can see the season journey, and then at the bottom here, you can see the actual Battle Pass. And what you're seeing is a mix of the free tiers and the premium tiers of the Battle Pass. The way that you progress the Battle Pass is, like Joe mentioned, with by earning favor. And there's two sources of it. You get it from the season journey, like Joe mentioned, but you also get it from leveling up and playing any seasonal character. So there's 3 levels of the Battle Pass. There's the free track, which, like the name implies, you don't have to pay for. Everybody has access to that. The premium track, which is roughly $10 US, depending on where you are in the world. And then there's the accelerated track, which is just like the premium track, but it has includes 20 tier skips. It's folks who might have gotten a late start and a special cosmetic, and that one is roughly $25 USD, depending on where you are in the world. But let's talk a little bit more about the free and premium tracks. So the free track has 27 total tiers, and what you're primarily getting from the free track are what's called smoldering ashes. And the smoldering ashes are going to be like the currency that you use to unlock seasonal blessings. So the seasonal blessings are different buffs you can get that will help accelerate your progress through the season. So you can see, for example, here, plus 3% to XP earned. That's going to help players, level up again, level up multiple characters, and all of these are really just meant to help players through that seasonal progression, through that seasonal journey. It's important to note, though, that there is a secondary level requirement on every free tier of the Battle Pass that contains smoldering ashes. So for example, if you were level 1 and you bought a bunch of tier skips and hadn't played yet, you wouldn't be able to access the smoldering ashes and spend them until you had actually leveled up a character and met those level requirements. And this is to prevent folks from buying a ton of tier skips and keep everybody on a level playing ground. So that is.
I had a question about that actually. So.
Yeah.
There are no smoldering ashes available in the premium track of the Battle Pass, right?
That is absolutely correct. It is all the things that affect gameplay are only in the free track.
Okay.
And so that basically, we've said it's always cosmetic based. So there's no, you can't pay for power in Diablo 4 because, as you saw, the stuff, the season blessings are on the free track, and they have a level requirement, so you actually have to play to get to a certain point. So it keeps everybody on a level playing field.
Right. You may not pay for power in Diablo 4.
Which confirms that there's no pay to win in Diablo 4. It's purely cosmetics, the things you can pay for money. So I guess that's pretty cool. That's cool.
So yeah, let's talk about next the premium track. So like I mentioned, $10 USD, depending on where you are in the world. And this contains 63 total reward tiers. So you add that to the 27 from the free track, you get the 90 total tiers, in the Battle Pass. Yes. There is a ton of value in that premium track. So you get 2 full armor sets for every class, and they're really themed to the season. They're meant to be like a celebration of that season's theme. And there's other stuff in there. There's the seasonal mount. There's the seasonal mount armor, which you can see here on this screen. And then
nice. Look at that. So that's probably, I would assume that the one to the left could be maybe the rogue, and the one to the right could be, I don't know. It has a spear, so is that a spear? I mean, that's kind of weird, because we don't have like a class yet that can use spear, do we? The barbarian can use spear. That's right. I was just thinking about if that was a paladin, they're gonna spoil, but that looks amazing. That looks really good. That looks so good.
And there's just like a bunch of fun other little cosmetics like role-playing clothing. For example, we have like a big, pair of white bloomers in there. So there's lots of fun stuff to find in the Battle Pass.
I know, that's what I wear when I role-play.
I think that's actually a really fun idea, though. So like, it's not necessarily like big armor or things, but just more other stuff. So if you want to like play a particular role, like there's options for some of that stuff that you'll find.
And you can mix and match all of it, so you can create all kinds of ways to express yourself.
What's nice is that you just said there's 90 tiers, and a season is 3 months, right? So you have quite a lot of time. You have essentially 120 days to do 90 tiers, which seems doable.
We want it to be achievable.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, great.
I want to call it one thing also. Then we were looking at that image before. There's that top secret label on the left.
Yeah.
Like that is that is explicitly a link that will bring you to some part of the season journey as well. The only reason it says top secret there is because it's got language in there that I do not want to make sure that anyone is able to read to give away what's happening in season 1.
Exactly.
Otherwise, people know about the zombies.
Otherwise, people will know about. It's not a zombie season, Rod.
You use the example, Joe. That's on you. That's
I was
not on
just
me.
trying to pick something, okay? I'll say something. The season of the circus next time, whatever. So, actually could be kind of cool, like a devil's circus sort of feel. All right, I'll talk to people
Scary
about that.
clowns.
It's scary clowns, yeah, for sure. So yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, it's nice to get a little more information on the battle pass, like out there.
Right. And so, okay, so we talked about progression.
Yeah.
We talked about both in the season journey and in the awesome battle pass. And so now when we think about what the seasons also provide is like, obviously, we're hearing about balance. We're going to be hearing about, hey, how do we improve people's experience based on what we saw in the previous season? And actually, before we get into that, if I can interject, I'll steal one of your questions from Q&A. Can I do that?
Go right ahead.
Oh yeah, all right.
So one of the things that comes up, I get a lot on my Twitter feed is around, hey, how do I think about, Diablo 3 seasons, Kegan said it earlier about like your seasonal character. That notion of, do I have to re-roll to get into and experience the season and experience the narrative wrapper, to experience the mechanics, to experience the progression? Basically, do I have to start a new character?
Yeah, so Diablo 4 is balanced around the idea of trying to make sure that level up experience from 1 to 100 is really engaging and fun and very punchy when items drop for you, that your power progression feels a certain way as you play. So you do, as a result of that, we do balance around the idea of playing over the course of a quarter character, right? And you can play a lot longer than that if you want, absolutely.
Right.
We want to make sure it feels really good to play inside that 9-day period. We are going to be having players like re-roll and make new characters with every new season and be able to experience the growth of their character over the course of each of those quarters.
And I think you might have said it, but just because you talk really fast, I want to make sure it's really clear.
How dare you? No one has ever said that about me.
I'm
once.
a fast talker and you beat me. So the notion around, though, that you basically have to complete the campaign at least once before you can truly experience the season, right?
Yeah, that's true. Actually, there's a couple things that so once you unlock a couple things, you'll have them for your account from that point forward. I can just kind of maybe just throw all
go right
that
ahead.
in right now.
Yeah, I mean, we get so many questions about it. I think it'd be good if we clear it
Yeah,
out.
sure. So first thing is, when you complete the campaign on any character, whether you're playing in the hardcore mode of the game or the normal mode of the game, no matter what difficulty of the game that you're playing and you beat the campaign on, from that point forward, every character that you make, you're going to have the option to skip the campaign as part of playing that character. So if you play the campaign as part of the this preseason period before season 1 begins, and you finish it, when you start playing in season 1, you can choose to skip the campaign as part of your playthrough, which means you get to experience the new seasonal content right away. Otherwise, you can still choose to play through the campaign in seasons, but you'll need to finish the campaign content before the seasonal content's going to begin for you. So just things to think about as you play. So that's the first thing you get as kind of an account level unlock for your character as you play.
Right.
The second is when you're playing through the campaign, you're going to reach a point in the story where you're going to unlock your first horsey. And when you get your first horsey,
horses.
Horses. And once you unlock your first horsey, you're then going to have the ability to basically mount up with every one of your characters from that point forward, including characters you might have already rolled at that point. Having unlocked it once, you've got that as an account level achievement effectively for yourself. You'll be able to start like
Future seasons even. I can just
future
like start a
seasons.
new character, gotta get my horsey.
Level 1, after skipping the campaign or even playing through the campaign in the following season, you're gonna be able to just go ahead and mount up right away.
My horsey's in my cave with me?
Yeah, your horsey, yes. The horsey that died is then going to immediately revive and then you're going to play with the horsey right away.
Zombies.
Oh my God.
Spoiler!
We have showed the video. People know. Okay. Honestly, though, if I spoiled that moment, then I do deeply apologize, and we should put spoiler warnings on
I
these
think that
things.
Kegan brought up like zombie horses now is theme specific. I think that goes really.
Okay, so if people didn't get that, that's really cool. So basically, once you have completed the campaign, whenever you create a new character, you can choose to skip the campaign, so you can just directly jump into seasons. Also, when you first unlock your mount, you're going to have that mount on all characters. So when a new season starts and you have to create a new character, you're going to have the mount from the first moment. Which makes the gameplay so much more fun when a new season starts, because you can skip the campaign and you already have a horse from level 1. I like that.
Right into that seasonal theme.
Yeah.
Pivoting.
Yeah, absolutely.
3 weeks before lunch.
Yeah, sure. Sound off in the comments if you want zombie season. Let's hear it. Okay, so that's the second thing. You'll have access to your mount that you unlock. And then the last thing is that there's, as you're playing through the, as you probably played as part of like the open betas that we've done, and we'll see again in SummerSlam, you'll be finding these altars of Lilith throughout the world.
Server Slam.
What did I say?
Server Slam.
Okay.
Server Slam.
Completely a slip, everybody. It has nothing to do with SummerSlam. So yeah, during the Server Slam, wow, I really did, didn't I? So during the Server Slam, you're going to be finding altars of Lilith throughout the world. And when you collect these, you get two things. One, you're getting renown, which is going to be basically used to get a number of different, rewards for your characters on that realm from that zone. So new skill points, new healing potion charges, things like that you got a chance to see before. Right. But you also get a permanent stat boost, for all characters on your account.
One of the main reasons to go after the altars.
Yeah, right. But we don't want you to need to necessarily go after them every single quarter to go and collect all of these. We think it's really fun, particularly the first time, to go and find all of these things.
Right.
So once you get that stat boost the first time, that stat boost is going to apply to all of your characters in your account from that point forward.
Right.
Yeah, so you don't have to get those over and over again. And when it comes to Renown, you don't need to go get every Altar of Lilith to finish off the Renown track in each one of these zones.
Sure, it's like the season journey. You don't have to do everything on the Renown track to get all the Renown. You can do it. Maybe I want to do, maybe Strongholds are my favorite feature, so I can lean into Strongholds or whatever. So, but what you're saying is, hey, I played the campaign, I found all these Altars of Lilith the first time, and now when we go into a season, they are hidden again, but I still keep all the buffs I got the first time, all the things that are permanent, like the +2 intelligence, +2, God knows I need +2 intelligence, and +2 strength and what have you. But the idea of going and finding an altar to add more renown to the pool to progress, I can still do that. Like
Absolutely.
I can still go find them if I want to.
Yeah, and you get a little bit of experience for doing it as well. So yeah, they're still kind of fun to stumble across part of your regular play experience within a season. You just don't have to get them all again if you don't want to. There's other things you can do instead.
That's cool.
Okay, so I think we covered what sticks around.
That's right.
So that's great.
But like the entries in your Codex of Power are going to reset, so you're going to have to go find those aspects again.
Go
like
to the dungeons.
Yeah, go to the dungeons again. So yeah, those are the things that are going to reset.
Yep.
Great. Okay, so that definitely great long-term. That was really on topic, actually, in terms of long-term progression, because it actually is long-term progression.
Yeah, by the letter of the law, it's a long-term progression. So yeah, Rod's 100% correct. Thank you.
But when you think about what else the seasons provide an opportunity for, like you've talked about like all these things, okay, we have a new quest line, we have new mechanics, we have all this progression, but it's also an opportunity to kind of react to player feedback and also what you're seeing in terms of the data coming in terms of balance or things that maybe we need to smooth out and sand down.
Yeah, absolutely. So we know that operating a live service game with Diablo IV after the game launches and seasons come out, that is going to be basically it's the best versions of this are always a conversation with the player base as we play and a conversation with the community as we play. So as we're going to be receiving feedback and we're seeing how certain features and content is performing, that gives us opportunities to sort of like respond to that feedback and react to it with updates to the game. Now, things take lead time, so if we see immediately after launch that there's something that we could maybe make an improvement on, it's tough to like immediately and very quickly turn around like big changes. But we want to make sure that we are carefully iterating to make Diablo IV the best version of itself that it can be as we go.
Yeah, and this is like it brings up to the point like where we just had betas and we literally took the feedback that we got from the community, which we were obviously super appreciative of because it just makes a better game in the end of the day, and people will actually be able to experience those changes from the beta in the Server Slam weekend this coming weekend because of that feedback. So players providing feedback on our forums, on Reddit, social media, we're always reading through all of that stuff. To have that, so yeah.
And I think it's worth mentioning too, in terms of the way that, like, in order to do to have a game that has seasons all the time, and sort of this, sort of like having quarterly seasons, you're not like once season 1 launches, we start season 2. Like season 2 has to be pretty much like very much in flight, and that's what I think Joe was talking about around the idea that. We're going to be as responsive as we can. So if there's a bug, or especially if it's something we can fix on the server, like we'll do things quickly. Yeah. But if there's a big change, it may take a season to get there, just because season 2 is already mostly in the can by the time season 1 is.
That's how game development works, everyone.
What? Yeah. You're developing things ahead of time? Unbelievable. That's why we know we have zombies. And so, but just something in terms of patience and understanding is like the way that you have to build seasons is you're basically having 2 seasonal teams that are leapfrogging each other with like, we kind of call it the odd team and the even team to be able to keep up that pace. And so that's why I was like, oh, I saw this thing in season 1, it's definitely addressed in season 2. It may not if it's big enough. It may be that season 1 thing we saw is in season 3 because it was big enough to require that time.
Yep.
So
That's
just
absolutely right.
just understand how that's all working.
Yeah, so like reacting to bug fixes and other things, that's going to be another really big part of the live service team's job, right? So like everything we're doing within seasons, we want to make sure that we're constantly responding to that kind of feedback from players and kind of making the game better as time goes on.
Well, the other part of the season is like, we've got a lot of positive response on our character creation. And it would be great to get Kegan back in to talk about sort of how we think about customization during the season, because we know they're like, maybe talk a little bit about what you can actually find in the world, but also, what we're excited about with the shop.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the game is full of hundreds of incredible transmogs, that you'll unlock just by salvaging gear. And the transmogs in the game really give you this this sense of like visceral power progression for your character.
Right.
And so they're meant to really like bring that to life, grounded in Diablo's story and its world and its lands. And what the shop offers is a lot of diversity. So like the way that we wanted diversity of like the fantasies
Sure.
that you can experience and that you can express. So the way that we wanted to support the development of the seasons was to, add things to the game that players would appreciate. To create art and beautiful things that are grounded in Diablo 4's world and its art style, but provide this like array of class fantasies. And so, for example, if you want to be like a thunder goddess as a sorceress, or you want to be a big barbarian that like rips the tongues out of your enemies and puts them on your armor.
Very specific. That was very
I like
specific.
it though. That's good.
Slightly unsettling, but very specific.
Yeah, perfect.
You can, the shop is going to help provide a lot of this like diversity in the types of fantasies, and then you can take all those pieces and mix and match them with the cool stuff that you find in the game to express yourself all kinds of ways.
Yeah, I think one fun thing about this too, like players got a chance.
The
Like I saw,
tongue ripping, is that the fun thing?
absolutely,
tongue
absolutely.
ripping.
But no, I was actually going to talk about. I was going to talk about our previous betas. We got a chance to see a lot of players making really cool looking customized characters in the game, and all of the gear they're collecting, it's still very low level gear. Like there's much more stuff to go find.
Wait, there's
Yeah,
more
wait
beyond
till you
level
get
20?
to the end game.
There's a lot more looks and appearances to find as you're progressing through more of the game.
One of the things I love about the equipment that's in the game is that we actually do regional themed armor and such.
Oh, here we go.
Well, this is not.
Here's our side-by-sides.
This is not my point, but it's fine. It's good to speak to your point. Maybe all I was going to say quickly before, so Kegan can go back and talk about this. But I just think it's really cool that we have like regional looks, like the notion of like, there's a there's like a Hauser look, and there is a Fractured Peaks look, and that kind of thing that just kind of.
I don't know if the names are
That is cool. So basically what they're showing here is the left skin is a skin you can get by just playing the game. It's from dungeons, whatever you do, you can get that skin in the left side. You could say it says in-game, just there. And the one on the right side is from the shop, which you can buy for money. So it's fun to see the difference between, in-game skins and money skins. That's cool. I like that.
final, but this guy, I think his name is Death Raven, the shop guy. But yeah, so you can see sort of like a side by side of in-game armor for the barb versus like a shop armor.
I think I just want to one thing. I think it's so funny that we accidentally got these really awesome poses for the in-game armors, and all the shop armors are just a person standing.
Just deadpan.
Like this was.
He's checking his look in the mirror.
This
Like,
wasn't
you're not gonna
completely
do that.
intentional, but it was a funny.
It was
funny
totally
thing
an
that happened.
accident. It's because two different teams made the pictures. But
It's just funny. It's all.
But yeah, let's look through some of the other side by sides. Again,
big
see
She's
Shorter
very
is-
excited to have found
she's
the
like,
armor.
oh, I'm here. And then we have one of my favorites from the shop there. Oh yes, and this is Rogue side by side, so you can see. I think the shop Rogue here is called Deathwalker. So keep an eye out for tons of really cool, diverse
I love the
fantasies in the
tassets.
shop.
I love the tassets on the in-game armor, and I love the
built-
pauldrons on the shop armor.
Just use the word
so cool.
tacit. I didn't.
There's
See, with the mage one, the in-game one was definitely cooler, but this one here, I can still see the rogue one you get from the in-game is cool, but personally I better like the one from the shop. The one from the shop here is cool. I like it. It has kind of like the Sauron, Sauron from Lord of the Rings vibe going on.
Honestly,
That
like
was a
I've been in fantasy games
the
for a long time.
MTX is focused on collection, right? Like it's not like we're trying to like put only the cool stuff in one.
Yeah, exactly, Deacon. Shop row skin is cool. Yeah, that one is. I mean, the in-game is also cool, but that shop skin over there is badass.
Channel or the other. There's awesome stuff to collect from the game and the shop.
And like you said earlier, like you can mix and match, create your own fantasy, which is really cool.
See now,
Oh shit. Like I said, yeah, but you're never going to see them from this view. No, you can zoom in. You can zoom in quite a lot. Actually, you can get quite down there. But you're gonna see it every time you like, you're at the character screen. You can see it every time you open up your character menu. There's so many options you have to go into when you actually see it. So I feel like, it's still worth it. This one, I'm actually not sure which one I like the most. The in-game one here has a lot of details on the body, where the shop one doesn't really have any details, but it has a badass helmet. I don't know which one is coolest here. They both are actually really cool.
we're talking my language with the Necro. But like, for example, if I really like the in-game look, but I want that the shop helmet, like when I buy that armor set, I can take that helmet and apply it to my in-game if I wanted to, yes?
That's right, and you can dye everything.
Oh, in the
So,
wardrobe,
like,
I can actually recolor everything too.
yeah, you can dye everything from the shop and in the game. I think there are 8 colors in the dye palette, so yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't had a chance to check that out during Server Slam, you should make sure that you get a chance to play the wardrobe and try dyeing some gear.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's customization. And then one more thing is related to customization, not tied to appearances and looks, which I think we already have a good coverage on. But you will also be adding new like legendary powers, like I called up before, and also new unique items with every new season. Make sure there's like new builds and ways to kind of like create customized characters.
And those will stay. Those aren't seasonal.
Those will be going to the Eternal Realm as well as the Seasonal Realm, and they're going to be evergreen. They're going to be there after the season is over, which continue to add to the pool.
And so speaking of evergreen, like that's true. Like there's potential to add side quests and things like that. Like there's ways to continue to enrich the open world through seasons that will actually stay as people sort of move from the season into the Eternal Realm or to the next season. Yes.
Yep, 100%. We are going to be looking for those opportunities to kind of continue to add to the world of Diablo 4 and continue to build out Sanctuary. These are things that we're really excited about as a team.
And we never actually, I think that maybe that might have been the first time someone's mentioned the Eternal Realm, but like that is the intention, much like Diablo 3, that a seasonal character will, be in the season playing everything that we've been talking about so far, and then when that season ends, that character will then move to the Eternal Realm where it will live on, and you can choose to play there, or you can choose for the next season roll a new seasonal character and go again. Yeah,
that's absolutely right. So the characters will get merged down in the Eternal Realm at the end of the season, giving you an opportunity to take some of the stuff that they collected over that period of time, and then build a new character as part of the next season.
Yeah, there's no reason to feel like to shy away from starting a new character on the season because you will retain all of that progress.
Absolutely.
But, yeah.
Okay, cool. And so what about when we think about when I play the main game outside of a season, we know we have capstone dungeons to be able to change my difficulty tier. We know that at the end there's some mysterious level 100 boss that I want to try to get max out and prove I can beat this level 100 boss at level cap. Like, are there other things within seasons that are kind of like that, or how do I think about that sort of notion about like this sort of looking to the horizon of what I want to do?
Well, once again, Rod Fergusson, I couldn't ask for a better tee up in this case. Let's discuss the idea of aspirational challenges. So with every season, we want to continue to build upon the end game and the goals that players are going to have for themselves with every season of Diablo 4. And we've got some particularly big ideas as we go through the first couple of seasons when the game launches. So with every season, but we do want to continue to add these really, really pinnacle challenges for players to go and engage with.
Pickle challenges?
Pinnacle challenges.
Pinnacle.
I think you said, I honestly heard
challenges?
We all heard pickle
zombies
challenges.
and pickles is,
Yeah.
All right,
There
okay,
we
well,
go.
fair enough. All right, so
Throw
maybe
in some mayo in there.
at
It's a
SummerSlam.
sandwich.
With slaw.
this is the level of respect that Joseph Piepiora, Associate Game Director, gets on Diablo 4.
I'm looking forward to the pickle challenges, all I'm saying.
Yeah, same. Okay, so basically, we want to make sure that we've got these new big challenges for players to go and engage with every time we release a season. And as we go, we'll continue to add more depth to this. But one thing we want to be very careful about is we're not looking to just sort of like arbitrarily continue to make the game longer and longer and longer and longer to play.
Right.
That's not the goal. Again, we are balanced around hitting level 100, earning your Paragon points, getting all of your legendary unique items. That's the real focus of power progression for the player. we want to provide new and distinct opportunities for players to kind of express that power and new goals in the chase over the course of the season, without necessarily making like just more stuff that you have to go through in order to play the game. So yeah, things we're very excited about. New bosses, new major encounters, new dungeons, new things. And then as we see how players are reacting to the game as it is, we'll continue to build in that direction as well.
Yeah, and I think it's really interesting when we talked about like side quests and things like that. It's also true kind of for the end game is that we may use seasons to experiment with new in-game features, and then if it's working really well, we might decide to keep it. If it's not working quite so well, we may have it leave with the season, and then maybe bring it back later. And what I like about the kind of quarterly seasonal flow we have going is that it allows us to experiment a little bit and see what works and what doesn't. And if it doesn't work, we know it's only there for 3 months. If it does work, hey, maybe we should have it stick around. So it's a great opportunity to try stuff out.
Absolutely, particularly as it relates to content too. It's like just being able to bring in like these really tough encounters and different bosses and things of that nature. And then these mechanical features, as we see how they perform and we see how players react to them, we may or may not decide to keep them on, to your point. And if they're particularly popular, we decide to keep them in.
Awesome.
We want to hear from players about what's working, what they're enjoying, and also, what kinds of fantasies they want us to make in the shop. So let us know anything that you want, gameplay or from the shop and battle.
Yeah, it's like I said earlier, this is ultimately going to be a conversation. And as we see how players are actually playing Diablo 4, that's going to help us advise us on how we want to build Diablo 4.
Corpse exploding necro look. I'm looking for a corpse exploding necro.
I think we got you covered.
Oh, okay.
You're going to have to stay tuned for future seasons.
Okay, good to know.
And I will say, like, I know we glossed over it really quickly, but we were talking about like meta changes and things like that, and like balancing and whatnot. That is included in the feedback. That is incredibly important for hearing from players related to that.
Yeah, I don't want to skip over that either. Thank you, Adam, for calling that out. So, if Diablo 4 is a game about choice, we want to make sure that we don't allow balance issues persist so long that they start to kind of interrupt or disrupt that choice that we're trying to provide for players. We don't want like any one particular build to feel so powerful that there's not a reason to play other builds within a season. So we want to make adjustments to make sure that like player builds that might not be seeing as much play and get buffed and adjusted appropriately to make sure that they do see more use as time goes on. That is important to us. We will be making those changes on a regular basis.
Yeah, we don't want one way to play. We want every class and to have builds that all are equally as effective in terms of being successful. We don't want to be like, only Whirlwind Barbarians can succeed, so only everybody's playing.
Yeah, that's the ideal. The reality is that every season will be like something that's a little bit more powerful than something else. Sure. We just want to make sure that the distinction, the divide there is not so great that it feels like you're making the wrong choice mathematically to ever play anything beyond whatever's considered meta for that moment.
Right. Well, right. It's not like RPG players are min-maxers at all. They never try to do the most with the least ever.
No.
Joe,
like,
deadpan.
I'm not signing up for that. I think in the spirit of managing expectations and ripping band-aids off, I do think there's something we haven't talked about that we should at least say, knowing that we haven't talked about, which is leaderboards. I think the notion that I think people with Diablo 3 and even like D2R as an example, the main thing about a D2R season is a leaderboard. And so just saying that in the early seasons, at least for season 1 and 2, there will not be a leaderboard. And that is something, again, as I said, a lot of stuff's already in flight. We understand the importance of leaderboards. We understand people wanting to be competitive in their PvE play, competitive in their build play, be able to show their mastery of certain things. And so it's definitely on our backlog that is a thing we're working towards, to provide the player community with leaderboards as we move forward through seasons, but it's not something you're going to see in season 1 and potentially not in season 2. Again, I'm just managing expectations so you're not yelling at me on Twitter.
So we're gonna go into seasons and grind them and grind the hell out of them to do higher level dungeons. This the leveling dungeon system, like in World of Warcraft Mythic Dungeons, but there's gonna be no leaderboards at all. So the entire point of a season is to be on the leaderboard to see what your rank is. What is the point then to participate in a season if there's no leaderboard? It's like, I mean, you can still of course show a screenshot on Twitter and say, hey, look at this, I'm dungeon level 33, and then people can say, oh god, you're very good at this game. But there's like no leaderboards, no one else can see that. Okay, that's weird.
Twitter after. We hear you, we know we want it, we're working on it, it's just not going to be there at launch. or
That's right.
season 1 and 2.
That's right. So we're going to take the time to do them right. We'll bring them online as soon as we can.
Awesome. Well, I know we have a lot of questions here, and we've been collecting questions through chat and so forth like that. So I did want to go into at least a little bit of Q&A from people in chat. So if you guys have questions, feel free to throw them in chat, and we'll try to answer as many as possible. But I know we did touch on this really quickly as we're collecting these questions right now. But when will Season 1 launch?
Mid-July, mid to late July.
Mid to late July.
So, I mean, the reason around the timing is twofold. One is we want to make sure that we will launch this season, we launch it into the best state the game can be in to accept that season. We don't, there's a launch of a game of this scale, there can always be some things that we have to work through and settle in. But two is just, again, as Joe talked about, you need to be able to get through the campaign before you start the season. So by having enough time in the what we call the preseason, and so in the preseason, Kegan, no battle pass because it's a preseason, but there will be basically a sort of a reduced scope shop, yes?
Yeah, there will be some things you can buy. You can sort of get a sense of what we have. There's, armor sets, mounts, and mount armors, and then there's some other cool things like emotes and headstones. So like if you die on the field of battle, you can leave behind a monument that is special.
Nice. As we said, hardcore players, careful of PvP. When you die, you're dead.
Yeah, dead for
Fox on the chat on YouTube is saying if they copy league systems from PoE, then participating is to experience nearest content, as standard league may or may not get that new content after league ends. I see. I don't see, like, normally how Diablo works. I'm pretty sure, like, if they release some kind of like new content based on the story campaign, everyone would get it, also the normal characters. I'm pretty sure like more the seasons in Diablo is just gonna be based around endgame, where you're gonna get these dungeons you're gonna spam, and of course there's gonna be this theme of some kind of like theme-ish. Let's say, as he's joking with, the theme is going to be zombies, so the world is probably going to be full of zombies. I agree, that is not going to go to the normal players. That's going to only be for the seasoned players. But I'm pretty sure, like, if there's coming any campaign new stuff, it's going to be for everyone. But yeah, I get what you mean, Fox.
forever.
Dead forever.
Yeah.
So,
In the game.
In the No, we come to your house. We know where you live.
We don't have that kind of budget.
I thought that was
Snow Crash.
I thought that was our Butcher April Fool's thing.
It
We
is-
come
it
to your
is.
house and we kill you.
True hardcore mode. So that is a popular question that we've gotten, where people were confused by, like, hey, if you die in hardcore, like, do you come back to life, or do you just like start off like with no gear or something?
Roll
like
again,
that? It's like,
start
no,
again.
Yeah, you
start all
again.
over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
And in PvP too.
But
Yes.
and that speaks to something that as we talk about the shop and customization, is one of the things is that when you buy one of the things that's sort of different, the battle pass, as you talked about, is the armor and those sorts of things are class agnostic. That when I buy something or when I get something in the battle pass, I can apply it to whatever class I'm playing. But the shop is different, because the shop you can actually target. I can go and say, oh, I want this necromancer look, and it's not, and it doesn't go across.
And it's very specific to like the necromancer fantasy.
Right, but it's not character based; it's account based. So if I, for whatever reason, roll 5 necromancers, I can apply that armor to all 5 of them. Right.
All future necromancers that you ever create.
any
So for
necromancer in
the
the future.
infinite rogue like me, it's gonna get. I'm gonna get a lot of value.
Right. Okay, great.
All right, I'm gonna try to pronounce these names, and some of them are easy, thankfully. But I'm gonna try to include people.
I was going to say, he's like, I'm going to
Wow,
try this,
what
but Bob asks.
That's
and
a
you're like, good job, Adam. You nailed that
It's a
one.
great disclaimer.
Stop myself on the back there. So we have a question from Negative Capable. If we get the premium battle pass late, is the favor retroactively applied?
It is. Like you will earn the favor, and then it will unlock the tiers that, like the premium tiers that you didn't unlock because you hadn't unlocked the premium battle pass yet.
Cool.
Yeah, like you'll still earn everything in the free track as well. Like you're kind of making progress like the whole time.
The whole
It's just a
time.
question of
Yeah.
whether or not when you get the premium versions, when you get to get all the premium rewards you
Yeah,
move
then
unlock.
it'll just suddenly unlock all those like locked premium tiers that you already went through.
And just a reminder, premium tiers just being obviously the cosmetics blessings are part of the free.
That's
track.
right. There are no, there's no smoldering ash in the.
Zip, zero,
Yep.
no smoldering ash, no pay for power
In premium tiers, yeah.
in
There you go.
premium.
And the,
No pay for power at all.
exactly.
Yes.
I'm just saying no
Period.
smoldering ash in premium tiers.
Yes.
But that's also, just to clarify, like that's also true of the season journey, is that
Mm-hmm.
if let's say, I'm starting a new, I'm not getting the game till much later. It's season 2, and I'm buying the game at season 2. When I play the campaign, in the background, it's tracking the season journey accomplishments I'm doing while I'm playing the campaign. So it's not everything in the season journey is tied to like sort of open world seasonal play. It's also some things can be accomplished by playing the campaign. And so when I finish and I go into the seasons, all of a sudden, ding, 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 a bunch of stuff in the season journey it will complete. Yes?
Yeah, that's the expectations. You're able to move through that season journey a little more quickly if you start in the campaign. You might not be able to like finish every chapter as you go because there's going to be some things you have to kind of like participate in the season quest line or the season mechanics in order to be able to really get. But you will be making progress the entire time. But I don't think your hypothetical case is likely to happen because obviously everybody is going to buy Diablo 4 on or before launch.
Right.
So yeah.
It's a good call.
Question from.
QR code right here. QR code. If you would like to. I did not see that when I said that. Now I'm even happier.
Question from Juck Lax. Around what level will you end up getting to the mount specifically?
The problem wasn't the name, it was the
Yeah,
question
it was the
itself.
question itself. I'm just trying to like correct.
I think that is around level 30-ish. Yeah, it's around level 30-ish.
It depends. Like
It really
depends
does.
on
every
depends on
one of
player.
these questions
True.
is going to be depending on how you play.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
open world playing and you're driving up your level before you do the golden path on
Yep.
the campaign? Like basically the horsey, as you and pony, we use different names for these. But the mount is unlocked as part of your campaign progression.
Right.
So you have to play the campaign at some point to unlock the mount. If you decide I'm not touching the campaign, I'm going to get to level 100 just in the open world, you will not unlock that horse.
That's completely true.
Yeah.
Question from Tatu. Are you going to move the altars each season so they're in different locations every single season?
Right now, the plan is not to move them every season. That's something we've discussed as a team. We'll see what the feedback is like, but right now we don't want you to have to rediscover the locations every time if you're looking for them, but we'll see how things adjust as we play.
Awesome.
Not hard for us to do.
Yep. And just to mess with you, we might anyway.
Maybe now I will.
Yeah, exactly.
Question from Slimy Saul.
People need a
Being
bit.
committed to
We need more
names.
self-esteem in our community. I'm just telling you right now.
What about seasonal cosmetics? Are they account bound?
They are. So like if you unlock I assume you're talking about the shop and battle pass cosmetics?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you unlock a armor for your barbarian, all future barbarians that you ever make, and on the Eternal Realm, on the Seasonal Realm, it's usable on all of them.
Cool. Kiddo asks,
Okay.
do ashes transfer over from previous seasons?
No. So with every new season, you'll be resetting and starting to go through your ash collection once again.
It's also like one of the things maybe we didn't call it, but like the season, because there's season blessings, there was actually one that was top secret. So there'll be blessing. Those blessings we'll be playing with those. So
Yeah.
there'll be season specific blessings, and we may mess with what blessings are working or not. Again, it's part of the quality of life. Where we go like, hey, we see this as an issue, or this is not working the way, or we see another opportunity. So this is another place we can play every season.
Question from Infernal Odin. Do you need to have the premium battle pass for the blessings?
You do not.
Yeah, you don't.
That's why the
that's why the
ashes are on the
ashes
free track.
on the free track itself. So, and you need the ashes for the blessings themselves.
And it's, again, there's two conditions. You have to have the favor to get to those free tiers, and you need to have the level requirement so that you, again, so everybody's at the same place kind of from a play perspective. So there's no way to accelerate that and that you're somehow using tier skips to pay for power.
I think I'm good with the live stream. It's basically just a Q&A now, talking about, potential stuff we can get and blah 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 blah. Yeah, so let's clash the heads together for a moment. So basically, so we just saw now the Diablo 4's live stream, which was cool. You know, basically, they showed us how the skin is gonna work. They showed us like how the battle pass is gonna work, when the season's gonna start. There's gonna be no leaderboard for the first season. Boom, 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 boom. So, overall, I think, yeah, it kind of like, you know, answered all the questions we had left for the release. Now we're basically just gonna wait for the game actually to release, so that's cool. And we're gonna have the beta in 2 days. Cool. So, without, you know, I'm not gonna stop streaming because we finished watching this stream. I'm gonna be playing some games now. I'm actually not sure, like, should I play like Guild Wars or World of Warcraft? It's like, it's hard. Because I like both games, so it's always hard for me to like pick if I want to play WoW or if I want to play Guild Wars. Like I was saying, I'm playing Oxygen Not Included. What kind of game is that? What kind of game is that? I've not heard of. I'm not sure I've heard about it. It's a colony survival. Oh, okay, I see. It's brilliant. I see. Is it like is it like multiplayer or only? Shit, I forgot my chair could go back. Is it like single player or also multiplayer? That was a bit too heavy music. Let me just adjust my screen for 2 seconds. I need to make my OBS smaller. There we go. Now single player. Okay, I see. Then we got the live chat stream open. Let's close this a bit down. There we go. Anything happened in my guild Discord? No. Do I actually have commands here? Like if I write Discord, what happens then? I don't. Okay. Remind me to do that later on, because that's kind of important in my opinion. Oh, so we actually have a problem here. My webcam is a bit too big. There we go. There we go. Now I can see my character again. Oh. I should probably like change. emoji. Returning. Retribution Paladin. Retribution Paladin PvP Season 2. Oh yeah, and then change it to World of Warcraft. There we go. Can I ask someone to try reset or refresh the stream and see if everything looks fine? Oh, hey Kaylin, welcome to stream. Yeah, I saw your message on Discord, no worries at all. I know I can't just, I can't, just like say, hey, come in and watch. It was just like a little friendly reminder. Oh, we got drops on now in the chat. Because I'm playing World of Warcraft, you get a mount. I see. It says new title on Twitch. That's cool. Nice. Oh, cool. So you didn't even have to refresh. It just like boom, did it. Amazing. Updating the title now. And I'm gonna add a tag called drop. Because we got drums on now. Amazing. I didn't even know this game had drops on, but that's cool. We got drops on, boys. So the new season should have started now. Yeah, new season is here now, so I can get this snail if I do this season. We got Arena Solo Shuffle, which I don't have in. Yeah, I need better gear for that. So how do you actually get down here without... Oh yeah, that's right. That's right, you have to use that. Okay, cool. We're gonna go back to Veldragon. Because I'm a PvP boy. I love PvP. The new PvP season has just started today, like just started today. Oh, we got some ads in the chat. Good to see that one is actually working. So did I keep my honor? Okay, it actually keeps the honor. Cool. It resets all my conquests, but I kept my honor. Nice.
The city's finest wares.
So now we can buy PvP items. Which, what's that? Right? Oh, what is that? Provides the following property: increase item level to 437 in arenas and battlegrounds. Oh, so I don't even have to buy everything again. So for example, I already have this one here. So which... okay. So what is the difference between these? Neck, back, wrist, fingers, shoulders, hands, waist, and feet. Okay.
Return to me soon.
let me get on my PvP gear. Great, okay, so now it says I have 414 in PvP. PvP item, PvP, 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 PvP. Okay, I got full PvP items on, that's great.
Best goods in the Isles.
And then we have the new PvP items over here we can buy. Good looking. Wait, are you telling me the only two-hand weapon? The only two-hand weapon we can actually get is freaking a polearm? Where's the swords? God damn it. Thanks for jumping in, Blackout, and have a good night. I'll see you another stream, another day, another sunrise.
Looking for something in particular?
Sleep well. So we got another polearm, a bow, a gun, an axe. Is that not like a single two-handed weapon? Okay, so this season is literally the worst for two-handed, because it's all about polearms.
At your service.
God damn it. Provide the following property increasing item level to 450. Okay, so that means I can either buy like the new... Oh, I see, I see. So I can either buy the new PvP items, or I can choose the old ones I already have, upgrade them. Well, I'm probably just gonna buy the new ones. Oh wait, I have to remember set my limit on my... Need to cap my frame rate so my PC don't like fly up in the air. Okay, that's good to know. So the same with all the PP items I have here. I can keep them. I don't have to buy any of the new, because it's basically the same skins as the one I already have. I just have to buy this one. Okay, let's test it. So if I... Okay, let's test it. So we're gonna try it on my neck. So we're gonna try it on my neck, which is this one.
I am always at your service.
Okay. Craftable epic items in the neck, back, wrist, finger, slot script. Oh wait, okay.
No better
Nope.
in the city. You'll find nothing better in the Isles.
Oof, good, okay. I was able to refund that. Oh, okay, so you cannot just use it. Okay, that makes sense.
The city's finest wares.
It's so you're able to craft items. I see, okay, I totally misunderstood that system. So basically I still have to buy new items. It doesn't matter because it's the same price, so... Okay, I just misunderstood the entire system. That's fine. So we're gonna start with the well, actually, I'm gonna start with the weapons, since the weapon is the one that deals most damage. So we still need more honor for that. Great. Great. And I can't do any solo, because I need more rating for that. What's the queue time for Rare Epic Battleground? 2 minutes. That was quite fast, actually. So we are gonna go for the stun. Actually, what are we gonna do? We're gonna go for the stun on that one, on shift 1. My second stun on shift 2. Yeah, I think like that. Yeah, that should work. Kaylin is saying, it's nice to catch the stream. I had a rough day and I need to calm down. Yeah, I mean, after chatting with you on the Discord and seeing what you wrote with Sebastian, I can understand that you've had a quite busy day. Well, busy day, you know, a tough day.
Oh, it's you.
Update online epic battlegrounds. That is very good. I took this quest.
Again.
Yeah, that's very good. I took this quest.
You'll need it.
4-3-4 in battlegrounds and arena. Oh, we got another skin over here. Why is there no... Why is it only pole arms? 4-3-4, 4-3-7. Okay, cool. But yeah, we're just gonna have a chill stream from here. You know, in the background we're gonna have lo-fi running.
Victory lies ahead.
Bring back 50 artifacts. Then you want me to slay. That one is not gonna happen. That one is not gonna happen either right now. I don't think I'm able to get those marks right now. It's probably too late in the process. Because I need 50 of them. Oh, and you can get in over there. Okay, I see. But I don't think they're gonna let me go through. I think someone is gonna jump me. Okay, they're actually letting me through. I need to go into interface. Oh yeah, they moved it to here, so like this. You did. Alright, we're going for the mine. I'll keep the honor quest for another time. So I have, well, how much HP? 440k. And other people in here has like 500k. Ah, that's alright. Should I go with 3% protection or should I go with retribution? Oh, he didn't bobble it. Impressive. Oh, okay, he bubbled it. Well. Guess we're just gonna capture it then. There we go. The base is ours. Do I get those? Okay, the moment you kill these, they just like instantly respawn. I see. 20% haste because we took that one. That's pretty good. Bit late to the party, Warlock, but not really needed anymore. I have a feeling I'm going the wrong way to get up of here. Oh yeah, there we go. It's fun, like on my last live stream I was playing Guild Wars 2, you know, Alliance War. It's such a different experience because I like Alliance War because, you know, it's one big world where everyone is just like fighting each other. And then you have World of Warcraft PvP, which is more focused on... It's more focused on battlegrounds and arena. But the gear thread mill is like more straightforward. Hey, that didn't give me any loot. See, that's the thing. In Guild Wars 2 with World vs. World, I will be using something between 1 or 3 months to get the full gear. In this game, I could literally get it in like 1 or 3 days. Which is why it's a bit fun, like those two games are so different.
I can't attack that.
Gearing wise and but I remember last time doing
I'm out of range.
I remember last time doing World vs. World in Guild Wars. It's fun, like you follow the commander and having fun. I might even enjoy maybe doing that more. Since in this game you basically just play this mode here I'm doing right now. Epic Battleground. You basically just do that for farming honor. So you can get your PvP gear. Then basically the end game after that is all about doing arenas. And now, like, thinking about it, like, am I actually the type of person who would prefer arena endgame over, let's say, Alliance War from Guild Wars? I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. Kaylin, are you still here? How am I supposed to complete this quest when there's no enemies to farm? Oh, so they are a leader up there. Oh, okay. That person is following me. Well, let's do it. Oh shit, I just like... Oh, fuck. And I was so close finishing the quest, I literally needed 2 more. Then I died and now I lost half of them. Great.
I have many wares.
The guy who helped me basically just ran away. No loot again, what the hell?
I can't attack it. Target. It's too far away.
I'm impressed with like how much damage I deal. I do it?
Too far away.
I need 9 more, and we have 8 more lives. 7 more, and we have 8 more lives. Oh my god, this is gonna be such a close run.
It's too far away. I can't attack that.
Okay, we're just running back now. We're running back now. Because I need 1 more. And we have 5 lives. Come on. No. 4 lives. No, 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 no. Come on. Come on. I need to deliver the quest. I need to deliver the quest. 3 lives. No. Please, 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 please. 2 lives. No. Never gonna be able to get it. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Better luck next time.
Best goods in the Isles.
Two quest items.
Return to me soon.
Records, Dvalin. The Necromancer. Reaper. Arena Parter. Today episode 3 out now. Dvalin. Guild Wars 2. No drops. Dvalin, Necromancer, Reaper, Arena Dvalin. Create a dashboard. Cool. Let's see if we have any commanders. There's a commander there. Nice, big group. It's still capped at 6, it's killed, yeah, 60 frames. Okay, they're all up there in the left corner.
Target identified.
Oh, this guy's using the boost from my mount. Yeah, gonna let him run with me. There we go. Who's actually leading? Okay, we got the most points, that's nice. Nice. Good with a buff. So weird. Sound music. Do you have like alliance indicators? Team colors? Everyone? which is okay. We're back. Hey Leandro on YouTube chat. Yeah, we played the stream I had earlier was Diablo, but YouTube is so fantastic that you cannot like change chats on the go, which is why I'm moving to Twitch soon. I am on Twitch now, but soon I'm gonna only stream over here. Because stuff like that annoys me on YouTube. Oh wait, that's the same command as we had recently. Interesting. Oh, so they're shooting from the gates up there. was just about to say, why is there no blue to defend? Ah, he wants us to leave this place. Damn it. How did they summon those ships to attack? Oh, I imagine that. They are so close getting it. And then we just come like to destroy the entire thing. Bruh.
They'll have to hit much harder. Lethal combination. I like it. Stand it.
It was a close one. They almost had it. So again, looking in here. Show all commanders tags, show simple party UI. The content streaming. Really simple. Kinda wanna try have it all. Standard friendly models. Standard enemy models. Team colors. Okay. Oh, they're trying to take this little castle also. It seems like they are way more than us. Yeah, they are. Number-wise, it seems like they were like a way bigger group than us. Interesting. Oh, okay, all our friend people first came now, so I think people just came a bit later. So yeah, basically because they attack the base, everyone is inside the base, but because people are not following 100%, we pretty much split it. Dum.
I've got the target.
Yeah, let's ramp up the music. Let's go a bit more serious now. Let's do this. Oh, okay. Nope. Rerunning. I didn't see that. Come on. I did not see that.
I can outrun a centaur. Time to do something.
Oh, that's so good. So the people who chased me, they were just like, nope. Wow. Like, I wonder if we're gonna win this one, because it seems like the enemy team is just so good, because the moment we attack them, they just like throw a million of things on the ground. So while I'm waiting for them to get me up. Oh, it's on discount. That's very nice. This is gonna be able to like change my character. Oh, nice. We actually won it. Okay, so it was 2 teams. It was basically 2 different squads we killed. Very nice. I just need that one. Complete purchase. Thank you. I don't want to buy the one where I change my character, because I don't want to change my female into a male. Switch that. This name is unavailable? I might have another character with that name. I'm gonna check. Running. So I kind of want to play around with the settings, like what happens if I say standard friendly models, standard enemy models. I think it turned everyone into humans. Yeah, even the commander turned into a human. Okay, that's fun. It's funny, I can definitely feel the frame rate being better now. Come here, little one. So if I say here, friendly disabled, I see. I see. Wow, that's crazy how much FPS I'm getting for doing that. Oh, we got in. Nice. Don't think I'm gonna get that.
Death stalks me.
Oh, I did. Impressive.
Just one more confirmation of how great I am. They'll have to hit much harder.
The company.
Not enough endurance. I could have another set. They'll have to hit much harder. Barrier up. Feel the fury. Time to do some lethal combination. I like it.
Like Dvalin YouTube. You Dvalin Twitch, okay, I see. So this is the guy who stole my username. Jesus. Dvalin TWITC. Dvalin TWITCH. Cool. Oh well. I think it's time for me to say goodnight since it's almost 1 AM over here. It's getting late now. And I've been streaming for almost 3 hours. Oh, you're still here, Deacon. I see. Good to see you again. Oh. I lurk. You're more than welcome to lurk. What are you playing right now? Oh, you're still playing that game. Interesting. Until okay. Have you actually tried PvP in that game? I've heard like mixed, you know, people say mixed things about it. Is my chat working on the screen? It is. It shows the Dvalin. Ooh, well, I'm off to bed, so have a great rest of your evening, everyone, and I'll see you around. Peace out.